This local sports report is presented by the BFD Building Center, a proud supporter of the KW Siskins. BFD is Waterloo Region's only Rona store, and it's locally owned. At their store in Kitchener, you will find a huge range of products and supplies for any home project, including specialty fences and decks, plus friendly professional staff ready to lend an expert recommendation. You can also order online at rona.ca for in-store pickup or delivery. Drop in to see them in Kitchener on Forwell Road at Victoria Street North or visit bfdrona.com.
Many of you will know Anthony Stewart from his playing days in the NHL and also his work on Hockey Night in Canada with Sportsnet, but now he's taking on a new role locally here in Kitchener-Waterloo. He is the new president of the KW Siskins in the GOJHL. First of all, Anthony, congratulations. Welcome to Waterloo. How did this whole thing come about?
Well, thanks a lot for having me. And it's been a whirlwind of the last, probably 48 hours since I've been named president of the Kitchener-Waterloo Siskins. And probably started about 8 weeks ago in a meeting with Curtis Claremont, who the former president and who's been involved with the team for the last 12 years. And, I was really excited to meet him and hear his story on, how he, turned the Siskins into a perennial, championship team pretty much, or contending every single year. And, how many roles that he had throughout those years. So probably the hardest working man in hockey. I never think I've met someone that's working harder than me, as many roles as he had. But, I just told him my story and my plan on my vision of what I think junior hockey should be. So I'm definitely excited that, he believed in the vision and, made me president. And, I'm really excited for the future of the city of Kitchener-Waterloo and just, excited to build on a team that's had so much success in the last couple of years.
Can you expand on the details? You talk about the vision a little bit there. What exactly is that vision, Anthony, as you come in as the new president?
Well, again, I live in the Toronto region right now. I live in Markham, Ontario, and I think what's missing in the hockey community is that sense of community. It just seems like there's more of a status, to being involved in junior hockey. And there's a lot of players that I've coached throughout the last 2-3 seasons that, have gone undrafted that really just need a second chance or an opportunity to play at a higher level. And especially in the BIPOC community, a lot of players are quitting hockey or going down to lower levels. And I'm like, hey, they could be playing junior A, let alone junior B. So just for creating avenues for some of these players to continue playing at a high level. One of my former players was, drafted, I think, in the 13th round of the OHL draft. And, now he's playing junior A hockey and, he is a full scholarship athlete. So that was a player that was sort of passed by. And if he had the opportunity maybe to play at a higher level, who knows where he would have been. So just, doing stuff like that, but really connecting to the community and the local businesses. There's some great universities within, close region to the MEM Center there. And just connecting with them and getting them involved with the team. And there's a lot of people that think, hey, you know what? I don't think I would like to get involved in hockey, but if you have someone in ownership that's trying to actually reach out and get people involved, I think that's how we continue to grow the game that we're always talking about.
Why KW? Why was it kind of a good fit for you? I don't know if there was other opportunities across different leagues, to get involved at sort of this president level. When you took a look at KW, though, and kind of the factors that went into it, it's got to be a good marriage on both sides, right? They've got to obviously like your visioning, and you've also got to like what they're saying and kind of know that you're walking into a good situation for you and Daryl McDonald. Why was it a good marriage, do you think, Anthony?
Well, I feel there's just a lot of potential in the city, and driving around the arena, I'm like, whoa, there's some Toronto condos down here. So it's a growing city. Continued, the population is growing as well too, and I feel like you can really build on getting a lot more fans into the building too. And I think going back to the community, connecting with some of the minor hockey players as well, and we've had some players in our program that actually played for the Waterloo Wolves that have gotten drafted into the OHL. So just seeing that great community, great minor hockey community and have sort of that quote unquote big city feel to it. And it's small enough, but big enough at the same time. I think there's a lot of synergies there with what I'm trying to do and expand with the hockey program.
You're the president. Daryl McDonald is the vice president. Give us a sense of your relationship with Daryl, how he fits in, what his role is, and how that's all going to look.
Well, I've known Daryl now for probably about 5 years, and it goes back to He's a noticeable face, being a visible minority. But I just noticed when I was at all these tournaments as a coach, I coached minor hockey for the last 10 years. He was just at the arenas, whether it was a junior A game, junior B, U16 or U15 game. So he was a bit of a rink rat, for lack of better words. But he has the passion for junior hockey, and a lot of players that he's come across throughout the years, he's helped place them in junior A, junior B, junior C. So he really has a really great extensive knowledge of the market, especially throughout Ontario too. And not shorting Mike Camilleri as well too, but he's been a junior hockey guy for the last 20, 30 years as well too. He knows everything and the rules and regulations and how to run an organization on a day-to-day basis. So that him as the president of hockey ops is a big piece of the puzzle too. And for me, for something when I'm new, I'd like to just sort of sit back on the sidelines and sort of let the people that have known, that have been put into place to really know what they're doing, to really just watch them and learn the business. It was the same thing with minor hockey for the last 8 years. So I'm a quick study. I'm really excited for the opportunity. And again, I think the number one thing is just continue to develop some of these young players that are going to be not just great hockey players, but future community members as well too, and continue that winning tradition that the Siskins have.
What is this team going to look like come September? Maybe this is unfair of me to ask you this early in the ball game, but in terms of the coaching staff and the roster, what do you want to build? Are the coaches back, or how do we kind of view that stuff, Anthony?
Well, we know the Strathmore team might be listening right now, so we can't give too many secrets. But again, for me, I like to learn everything sort of hands-on, so I don't see there's going to be many sweeping changes. But the one thing I can say with just Curtis doing so many more roles throughout the last 12 years, I think we're going to be adding a lot of young people that really are energetic about building a program, building a business as well too. So I'm really excited for that. And if anything, there's going to be a lot of additions to the hockey ops and learning the side of the business as I am as well.
I like that you already know about the rivalry between Kitchener-Waterloo and Stratford. Yes. It goes back long before you and I were involved in any of this. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hockey equality. Give me an idea of what it's about. It's a registered charity, obviously diversity, inclusion, and lowering financial barriers for players to get involved in the game. This game is for everybody. We want it to be for everybody. And you've spearheaded this initiative in order to facilitate that. Give me an idea of what's it about and how proud you really are to do the work that you're doing, Anthony.
Well, I'm definitely really excited for the work we've done with Hockey Quality the last 3 seasons, and we've done exclusive partnerships with the NHL and NHLPA, and really growing the game. So now to have an opportunity now to tie that in with the Siskins, I think can definitely be a great thing for the community. And that's the thing I think that's missing, I talked about before, is that connection. And Hockey Quality is its own little ecosystem where we have parents that are just volunteers, and whether they're lawyers or doctors, when they come to the arena, they just want to help grow the game. So we use the term equity deserving. There's a lot of families that tend not to be able to afford hockey, and there's not really a race attached to that. So just bringing back that sense of community. And I think that's part of the reason of getting involved with junior hockey, because again, they're not tens of thousands of dollars. Junior B, I think it's probably less than $5,000 to play. So that's really appealing now to really get some younger people involved and continue to give opportunities to players to play at the junior level that might not have had that before. So I'm really proud of Hockey Equality, and to be able now to have that tied in with the organization is definitely exciting. And we'll have a lot more announcements a lot sooner than later.
How can people get involved in Hockey Equality? I checked out your Instagram page, took a look at your website. There's opportunities to donate. There's opportunities to volunteer. There's all kinds of ways that you can make a difference, right, with this stuff. Just give me an overview of how people can get involved, or just learn more about that side of what you're doing.
Well, I'm all over social media. So we're on Instagram at Hockey Equality, Twitter at Hockey Equality. But most of our information is on our website at www.hockeyequality.org. So we're always looking for new volunteers. Obviously, we're looking for donations, but we're just looking for people that want to be like-minded and continuing to grow this great game we call hockey.
Last one for you. Your message to KW Siskins fans is what? You're coming in, obviously you and Daryl McDonald and Mike. You have a great vision. I know you're excited to commit to the community, make a huge difference. But if you could speak to Siskin fans through this interview and this platform, Anthony, what would you say?
Well, I'm definitely excited to meet all the fans of Kitchener-Waterloo. That's a great building there. I think I've probably walked about 20 laps around the track since I've been there to get a little bit exercise in as well too. But again, I think the team fell a little bit short of winning the championship this year too, but the plan is just to continue that winning tradition, and we're coming up on 90 years in the league. It's a great, rich tradition organization, so we're just going to continue that winning legacy, and I'm definitely excited to be on board.
Awesome. Great to chat with you. Thanks so much for the time. Look forward to meeting you at the rink in September. Hopefully the team doesn't start losing, because then you'll be doing about 50 laps probably around the complex there. Good to meet you, Anthony. Thanks for the time. I look forward to working together.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.